Alrighty, hello everybody. This is Laura from Laughing Cat Fibers coming to you from my basement dye studio. Today I'm kind of prepping some fiber for the demonstration that I'm going to be giving on Sunday at 12 noon for a virtual fiber festival. It's the October show. The theme is obviously Halloween. So I'm going to be dyeing some locks and some bits and pieces of roving today, using a microwave method only because I am dyeing smaller portions. No sense firing up all the plates and everything for a big dye production when the microwave will work just fine for this. So to start with, basically, I have all these little bits and pieces of roving that I've collected. I don't throw anything away. I tend to be quite obsessive about that. I feel like there's a use for everything when it comes to fiber. So I do have some polypay here. I have some merino. And then I even have just this blend of actually, no, this is straight Romney. I forgot. This is Romney right here. And then this is a mixed breed. This was all samples. These were samples that were sent to me from a mill up in Michigan. Very nice family-owned mill. I have my roving supplier, Marcy from Blue Moon Alpacas. I just love her. So at any rate, it's beautiful and it's going to go great in bats. It's going to blend beautifully. And then, so the other thing that Marcy from Blue Moon does for me is that she sends me these cute little packages of different breeds. And they're perfect. It's meant to spin to see how you like the fiber. And I figured, why not? Just enough to add a little bit of color. Because when you unwind it, you got a little bit there. That'll blend nicely into a bat. And that was some white Shetland. I've got some Corriedale, some tweed, which, I've never actually worked with tweed. Polworth, which I love. Rambouillet, which I love. And then the merino and bamboo silk. I'm definitely going to dye this just because I love to have a variety of textures and fibers in my bats. And these are some blue-faced Leicester locks. And if you all know BFL, you know the lovely locks, those little curly curls. So I'm definitely going to dye some of these up for like a final layer on a bat in some nice Halloween-y colors. So we've got everything sort of laid out here as far as the fiber. Just line everything up here. And then I do like to make a list of, obviously what I'm dyeing up, because when a lot of customers they want to know what's in their bat. So, mixed fiber art bat usually isn't enough information. So I like to let people know exactly what I'm dyeing. So I've got a good little bit here. Michelle from Bewitched Pigments definitely gave us a palette that she wanted us to use. So I'm going to head over here to my wall of dye stock and grab out some colors that I think that'll be appropriate. I got lots of purples and oranges, and then she even had some of that sort of like muted blue, like a cornflower blue in there. So I'm going to pick out what I've got, and then I will be right back. Hello, I'm back again. So what I did is that I set all the fiber in my soak tub. I used a tiny bit of synthropol and some citric acid. I'm going to let that fiber soak while I prepare all the dyes. The great thing about bats is it's a great way to get rid of not only excess fiber and bits and pieces, it's also a great way to get rid of excess dye. So dyers tend to mix their recipes, differently. Some dyers mix their color from powder and then add the water to the color that they've pre-mixed. I prefer to mix straight stock and then add liquid stock to other liquid stock in order to come up with my colors. So what that does is actually leave me with quite a catalog of not just only straight color dye stock like burnt orange, crimson, scarlet. It also gives me excess liquid stock of already mixed colorways that I dye. So as you can see, I have quite a little kind of collection here of dye that was already mixed up that fell definitely well within the holiday theme that we're presenting at the show this weekend. I love it. Also, bats are, always, oaks. They're one of a kind. So, as far as having to exactly replicate what I'm doing right at this moment, I get a little bit of leeway with that. I know that these bats, the fiber that I've got soaking and the bits and pieces that are already done will be the entire, whatever I get out of these is what it's going to be. So I'm literally just going to go ahead and just kind of randomly put colors in each of these cups. And then it's going to be fun. I'm just going to pull Roving out of the tub and stick it in the cups and get lids and get ready to, put all these in the microwave. My friend Melissa's gonna kill me. I forgot to put something in the green bucket. I'll be right back. So right now I'm in the middle of processing this Icelandic wool fleece. It's dirty. It's been washed, but it's got a ton of crap in it. But I'm gonna go ahead and dump it in the green and I'll clean it after. All right, because I have to have green. If I don't have green for Melissa, she will cry. So there you go, Melissa. That green is just for you. And then I'll throw this hunk over here in that black. And I did not soak this first, obviously, in water. It was already dry, but I think that it will submerge okay. And then I'll just cook it. All right, so I do have fiber in all my pots, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the video while I take the time to cook all of these